before we get into all of the main exercises, it's good to get your neck loose. You know, you've got so many muscles that attach into here, so really it's all part of the jaw complex as well. Okay, so you're just going to start with some gentle movements, getting your head side to side, rotating round. What you can also do is sit on a chair and have your arm just under the chair and then have your shoulder depressed. When it's down like this, you're going to get a lot more of a stretch. Okay, you might feel a stretch up here, you might feel it down there, but for me, it's down this way. And you can feel a nice stretch all the way down. And then you can do the same onto the other sides, stretching, and all the way down. And some little, call them circumductions. Just get your head nice and loose and ready for the rest. Remember to pause the video with each movement. So each section, it's best just to pause the video. Right, so you've probably had your first session, hopefully feeling a bit easier in the jaw. We're going to go through some different exercises, movements, stretches and techniques to relax the jaw. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try and get you relaxed by doing some breathing exercises. So it's called the 4-7-8 breathing, and I want you to do it 3 times. So you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, and then you're going to hold for 8, and then after the 8 seconds you're going to let go again. Okay, and I want you to do that 3 times. For some reason it just makes people very relaxed, and obviously the stretches we're going to do are not always the most pleasant, so it's going to get you into a frame of mind where you're going to be a bit more prepared for the movements. The first in this series, we're going to be doing some muscle relaxing massage. Okay, so I'll show you, go to the side. So your masseter attaches here and then comes down into there. So what I want you to do is find any tender points and give it a little circumduction, little round movements. You might feel some little knots in there too, that's fine. And you're going to do this for about 30 seconds. Okay. After 30 seconds, if you find this knot, I want you to find it and put a little bit of pressure in. So I've got one here, and then you give it a bit of pressure there, and you should feel a bit of discomfort. So you don't have to go too hard, but feel something. Okay, and you're going to hold for 30 seconds or until it's released. Okay, and if you find any other ones, you can do the same again. And on to the next. So this time we're going to do a stretch of the masseter muscle. So I come onto my side again. You're going to draw up until you feel a bone. Okay, so you feel a little bone there in around the eye socket, and you're going to draw up from the bottom all the way up there. And while you're doing it, your jaw is closed. Okay, so you're going to have the jaw closed, and then when you've drawn up, you want to open your mouth. Like I say, you should feel some pressure as you do it, and you should feel a good stretch. Don't go too hard, always start these gently. So drawing up and stretching out. So I want you to do that for 3 times, and you can do it on both sides as well. Sometimes if you want to, you can do both sides and stretch both. After this, you want to get your thumbs, and then here onto your temples here, then you're going to draw up again, and then you're going to open your mouth again, and you can do that 3 times. If you feel some tender points in around the temple, then you can give those a little massage as well. So the last and final one, you don't need many because it's quite a tender area, so you only need to do a few different exercises. But yes, everyone's fear, the most painful one. If you want to, you can do this one first, but I've just decided to leave this one to the end. So we want to go into what's called your pterygoid muscle. Okay, and that's the one that attaches to the disc in the jaw, and if that's tight, when you open your jaw, the muscle that attaches to the disc pulls forward, also in turn pulling the disc. So when you close your mouth again, that's why you hear that little pop. Okay, so by getting that pterygoid muscle nice and loose, then you're going to have a lot less pain and clicking as well. So what you're going to do, you can wear gloves, or you just obviously have a clean hand. If you've been cooking or anything, make sure your hands are clean. Okay, so you've had this done before and you know how painful it is, so I guarantee you're not going to push as hard as I do on you. Okay, but you're going to get your finger. You can use either one. If you've got a small space, because some people have small spaces because it is that tight, then use a little pinky. But I'm going to use the big finger. And what you do, basically you're aiming to go up into the jaw, into there. Okay, so finger in the mouth. Oh, there it is. and then you're pushing up. Okay. If you want a more intense stretch, you can open the mouth, but sometimes even if you close down on the finger too, that's going to cause pain. But you're putting in, like so, yeah, it is really painful. Even though I don't have jaw problems, I feel your pain. Okay, you're going to hold it until you feel a release, and then you're going to let go, and then you can do that 3 times. But you know, if you do have a high pain threshold, try not to go too hard. As soon as you feel that pressure, you might feel some discomfort coming around into the temples or into the eye. That's fine, that's enough. And when it goes, coming out. So I want you to do that 3 times, and all of everything I've just shown you, I want you to do twice a day. Right, so next up is a little bit of I would say a little bit of a strengthening exercise. It just engages the jaw, gets the muscles working, gets them loose, and gets them firing up. Okay, so you're going to place your hand onto the side of the face, and then you're going to try, by putting pressure through this way, you're going to try and push your jaw the opposite way, like so. Okay, and then each time you're going to do that, you're going to do it for 5 seconds, and we'll do that 3 times. And you can do it on the same, this side too, on the left, or your right. And you're going to push over. That's fine. One side you might feel a little bit of clicking or grinding, that's fine. As long as it doesn't cause loss of pain, then you're fine to do it. Okay, so that's a really good one to do as well.